When I had kids, I was worried that my wanderlust and adventurous lifestyle was over. But the truth of the matter is that we have traveled more as a family of 7 in the last 6 years than my husband and I ever did before we had kids. My name's Ashley. I am the mama at Go Girly. I am a mother of 5 kids, and we have homeschooled since the beginning. Homeschooling has been an integral part of our ability to travel as a family and our adventurous lifestyle. Today, I want to give you 4 ways that we leverage our homeschooling to live an adventurous lifestyle and travel more as a family. So let's get started. We got into homeschooling because we wanted to have the time to travel. And boy, howdy, has it given us that time. First of all, we're able to go on adventures anytime that we want to. This is great for traveling in the off season. There is nothing like getting to go to the beach and it be empty. We actually got to go a couple years ago to Atlanta and went to the Georgia Aquarium. Oh my gosh, if you guys haven't been, please put it on your list of places that you need to go. Anyway, we went the first Monday that all the kids were back in school from their Christmas break. So they're in January. Y'all, there was no one there. It was glorious. We had all of the shows mostly to ourselves. We never had to wait on anybody to get to a tank to see stuff. Like, it was the best. Most of our travels end up that way. We pick those off seasons, those times where most people aren't going to be there, and that's our favorite time to travel. It also gives us the time to just pick up one day and say, hey, let's go run and do this. Or, hey, you know what? Let's knock off today and go camping for 3 days. Whatever it is that we decide that we want to do, we're able to do that spontaneously. Now, for some people, these spontaneous adventures are super stressful, which I can get, but stay tuned for a future video. I'm going to teach you how to make go bags for adventures and different types of adventures so that when you spontaneously want to say, hey, let's go do this, then you can do it. So the second way that we're able to leverage homeschooling as a way to live a more adventurous lifestyle and travel as a family is that we get to spend a lot of time outside. My kids are just like any other kids. We watch TV, they use screens, but I would say that the majority of my kids' waking hours are spent outside. And hey, you know what that means? I get to spend time outside too. There is an epidemic in the world today, and we all know it, of depression and anxiety and mental health issues. And the ages for these are getting younger and younger and younger. There is no reason for our teenagers and our preteens to be stressed out. And a fix for that is by getting outside more. And it doesn't matter what size yard you have or how much space you have. The first house that we lived in when we had kids was a church parsonage that sat on 40 acres. So we had a lot of room to run, a whole lot of woods. There was a creek. It was so much fun. And if you have space like that, guys, use every single inch of it. But don't feel like if you don't have that space that you still can't. The second place that we lived after we had kids had a pretty small fenced-in backyard, but they still were on adventures every single day. Just get them outside. And if you live in an apartment or some space where there is literally no space to be outside, there are always parks. There's always somewhere that you can go, take a deep breath, be in nature, and just watch a butterfly for a while. But the more that you get your kids outside, the more that you let them be bored, the less bored they get. Their imagination starts to run away with them and they go for it. So even in that small backyard space, my kids took on monsters and defeated dragons, and they went on these grand adventures. All of these beautiful things using their imagination, being outside. So we love homeschooling because we get to spend a lot of our time outside. Sometimes we do homeschool outside, sometimes we don't, but we're able to homeschool quickly and then get out there, put our face to the sun, put our feet on the ground, and just be. I promise that you will not regret it. The third way that we leverage homeschooling to live a more adventurous lifestyle and travel more as a family is through books. Y'all, I could talk about this topic all day long. We have a personal library of probably over 4,000 books, and I love them. There are so many great adventurous books out there. You can get in a book and travel across time, across space, to different worlds. Oh man, guys, books. If you are not reading really good books, you are missing out on a great way to adventure as a family. When my kids read books, when we read books as a family, my kids will play that way for days, weeks, depending on the book. And then we get to incorporate some of that as a family. Some of my favorite books that incorporate adventure and bring an adventurous spirit to our family are Winnie the Pooh, Chronicles of Narnia, the Little House on the Prairie series, The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. If you have young kids, the Growly series is a newer series and it is fantastic. We love the Wing Feather Saga. Y'all, there are so many good books. A couple of series that we haven't tried yet but have come highly recommended and we're really looking forward to are the Wilder King trilogy, Green Ember, Swallows and Amazons. Guys, there are so many good ones out there. I highly suggest you just do a little research or comment below. Maybe I can do a whole other video on my favorite books for incorporating adventure into your everyday life. Even if you're not homeschooling, I truly believe it is one of the best ways to connect with your kids. And that's what we're looking for, right? Ways to incorporate that adventure and magic into our every single day. There are so many great stories out there. Just go to your local library, pick one out, and get started reading. And that brings me to the fourth way that we leverage homeschooling to live a more adventurous lifestyle and travel more as a family. Here's the thing. We use travel as our homeschool curriculum. There are so many amazing places to see and to visit that will change your life and the life of your kids. We think of travel and adventure as these long off trips and around the world vacations, and they can absolutely be those, and those are so much fun. But you know what? You can travel across the country. You can travel across the county. You can travel to the park downtown. There are so many things that you can do right near you. There are state parks, national parks, historic sites, really cool trails and adventures, all these types of things. And through travel, you can learn about cultures, you can learn about history, you can learn about geography and geology. And oh my gosh, the list just goes on and on and on and on. While we're traveling, we like to use a term called narrate. I'll tell my kids when we go through the aquarium, hey, narrate your favorite animal to me, or narrate your favorite thing that you did. Or if we go on a hike, hey, can you narrate your favorite part to me? If we go into a museum, hey, can you narrate your favorite exhibit to me? The kids love it. It basically just means tell me a story, and they'll just go for it. And so that helps them make their own connections, and we can utilize travel together as a family. And the coolest part about it is not only are my kids learning things, but I'm learning things. The truth is, we all have gaps in our education. We all have things that we missed in school, and we can use travel and adventure to fill those gaps, to learn some things that we didn't know before. So this is where I really love incorporating number 3, books, and number 4, travel as homeschool all together. Anytime we go someplace, we almost always read a book before or after to kind of dive a little bit deeper and find out a little bit more. For example, in a couple of weeks, we're leaving on a pretty epic vacation going all over, well, you'll find out. But one of the places we're going is Rocky Mountain National Park. And there is a book series called the National Park Mystery Series. These are written by Aaron Johnson. These books are really, really great. Not only is it an incredibly interesting story with drama and mystery and adventure, but it also tells a lot about the areas that they're traveling to. My kids are so excited to visit all of the lakes and to see all the things and to do all of the things that the characters in the book do. So we really love this book. One of my kids has already read it because it was his Christmas present, but we're reading it as a family, and it's been super adventurous and fun. So I highly recommend finding some good books about the places that you're going. Need some recommendations? Guys, this is what I love. Please drop a comment. I would love to give you some recommendations on books for certain areas of travel. Stay tuned because there might be some homeschool curriculums with book lists coming out soon for certain national parks. So that's it. That's how we leverage homeschooling to live a more adventurous lifestyle and travel more as a family. Remember, travel and adventure doesn't have to be the big, huge things that you see on Instagram and YouTube and TikTok. You can live an adventurous lifestyle with roots and a home and a 9 to 5 job. But I truly believe that homeschooling makes that life so much easier. Does this topic interest you? I would love to make more videos about this. I'd love to talk more about it. It's a huge part of our life. It's a huge part of why and how we're able to adventure and travel so much. And I would love to share it with all of you. Be on the lookout for more videos and content on how to travel and live an adventurous lifestyle as a family and find the magic in your every single